I'm Glyn Gould from South Yorkshire Fire and Rescue Service. I've been in the job approximately 29 years now. During that time I've worked in quite a few different roles. I've been a firefighter on fire engines, I've been an officer in charge of fire engines, I've done training of the fire crews, I've done training of junior firefighters, etc. And I've also, in my present role, I'm the arson intervention officer. My role is now to try and reduce fire calls caused through antisocial behaviour and arson.
What experiences of antisocial behaviour does the fire service encounter?
We encounter very varied amounts of antisocial behaviour, from fire appliances and fire crews getting stoned with local youths, attacked by people, verbal abuse is very, very common. And while we're dealing with small fires, bonfires, things like that, we quite often get lives threatened. So we have quite a lot of experience of antisocial fires. Antisocial fires also often lead to quite large fires as well. They only start as little ones, but they can lead to quite large fires, and we have lost people's lives in large fire in this type of incident.
Are there any programmes that you are aware of to combat towards the fire service?
Yeah, the fire service runs a course called a life course, and it is run for people that's got behavioural problems on the fringes of criminality. They can come to a fire station, be trained for as a firefighter for, I think it's about a fortnight, and during that period they're trained to be a firefighter, they're trained to go up ladders, to wear BA, to everything that a firefighter does, but it is a very disciplined course. There is no swearing, no smoking, no joking about. They're expected to do exactly what a firefighter would do. They are disciplined if they don't behave, but it is very good for the children because they will get a lot of confidence and respect. And a child who has probably been into antisocial behaviour through feeling lost and left out in society can often get an aim and a goal, and we have actually had people join the fire service afterwards through one of these courses.
Approximately how many fire-related incidents do you get reported a month?
The number varies from place to place and month to month. During the summer, during the school holidays, it's very high. Sometimes 3, 4, 5 incidents per night per appliance. We are working very hard with all our partner agencies to try and reduce this by doing activities such as removing rubbish away from the children and children away from the rubbish. We also do diversionary activities where we do run youth clubs, these training courses, things like that, and that often gets the numbers reduced. Since I've been in post since January, we've reduced antisocial fires in Rotherham by at least 50% just through doing these actions.
Do you get many prank calls?
These have been reducing quite drastically over the last few years, mainly through education in schools. We have big education programmes through all the schools and colleges, on the radio, on the TV, but also our control staff are what we call challenging. So if somebody phones in, instead of just sending a fire engine, they will challenge the person to know more details, and that will quite often stop the calls, because in the past, if somebody said, I've got a fire in my house, and just put the phone down, they would send a fire appliance. Now they've got to give them more details, they've got to give them telephone numbers, names, addresses, so obviously people don't do it. We also block telephones. If somebody's using a mobile phone or a house phone to phone in malicious calls, the operator of that phone, BT or whatever, will block that line, and they will block it permanently. So you must well throw your mobile away, because it'll never work again. So that stops people, because obviously there's a cost effect problem for them.
What do you think antisocial behaviour is?
Anything ranging from litter to violence and criminal damage.
Have you ever witnessed any antisocial behaviour?
Yeah, fighting, drinking in streets, arguing, motorbikes, cars.
In what way do you think antisocial behaviour can be prevented?
I think rules are there to prevent it, but it's impossible to police it. parental intervention as with younger kids, because it's too liberal, it's too much freedom.
What do you think antisocial behaviour is?
Fighting, vandalism and drinking on the streets.
Have you ever witnessed any antisocial behaviour?
Yes.
Could you tell us what?
People smashing bus stops up.
In what way do you think antisocial behaviour can be prevented?
More police action in the community.
What do you think antisocial behaviour is?
People throwing things, smashing things, fighting in streets.
Have you ever witnessed any antisocial behaviour?
Not witnessed it, no.
In what way do you think antisocial behaviour can be prevented?
Having more couples on the streets.
My name's Gail Wilcock and I work in Rotherham Borough Council as a Community Cohesion Officer based in the Community Safety Unit.
What do you think antisocial behaviour is?
It can be a lot of things really. It can be anything really that causes distress to one or more sort of individuals.
Have you ever witnessed any antisocial behaviour?
I've been very lucky, I've not actually witnessed any antisocial behaviour.
In what way do you think antisocial behaviour can be prevented?
I think there needs to be a lot of work sort of done with people who are actually involved in antisocial behaviour.
What do you think antisocial behaviour is?
Well, it's doing vandalism and all that sort of thing, isn't it?
What do you think antisocial behaviour is?
Misbehaving, really. And bad manners, very bad manners.
Have you ever witnessed any antisocial behaviour?
No, not really, only filthy language.
In what way do you think antisocial behaviour can be prevented?
Don't really know, it's got to start at all.
What do you think antisocial behaviour is?
I don't know, well, I've not come across it at all like that, have you? No. Never come across anything.
What do you think antisocial behaviour is?
Teenagers. I know it sounds awful, but not. We're not quick enough anyway to get away. So it's we'd rather go out in tubs, put it like that, to be honest. So yeah.
Have you ever witnessed any antisocial behaviour?
No, I witnessed a couple fighting over there. And that was a man and wife, though. Nobody left them.
In what way do you think antisocial behaviour can be prevented?
I don't know, I think if there were answers to that, they'd prevent it. They would, yeah. Yeah, there's no answer really.
And it were raining.
No, it doesn't matter what we say anyway. No, it doesn't.
What do you think antisocial behaviour is?
When people won't behave themselves.
Have you ever witnessed any antisocial behaviour?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could you tell us what you've seen?
Painting all over walls.
Yeah, not them wall. Windows broke. Yeah, doors kicked in.
In what ways do you think antisocial behaviour can be prevented?
Lock them up.
What do you think about antisocial behaviour?
It happens a lot in the middle of town, especially at night. Makes you frightened to walk through the bus station as well sometimes.
Have you ever witnessed any antisocial behaviour?
Gangs fighting in bus station, yes, at tea time. Yeah.